GameChap.
I say what-o, chaps, GameChap here with a bulletin update of sorts detailing what on earth's been going on and what's going to happen on the old GameChap channel here. Well, in the first instance, I would like to say thank you most kindly to all who have been watching and observing the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3DS playthrough. Absolutely marvellous show thus far, if you ask me, blasting through, solving puzzles, slashing up those bad, ghastly minions of Ganondorf. Marvellously good fun, I should say, so thank you all most kindly for watching and commenting, etc. and so forth. Now, in the background, you can hear their absolutely marvellous track composed by Quadruple X, Breaking Quadruple X, who kindly dedicated it to myself, which was awfully decent of him, I suppose, in appreciation of what's going on. So, thank you very kindly, old Bean, awfully decent of you. So, that's marvellous. Indeed, I do like the old Zelda's Lullaby, very pleasant piece of music. So, on the subject of Zelda, for that matter, as you may know, we are coming towards the end of our rather joyous and grand quest. But fear not, chaps, because it is, I assure you, the adventuring and stories and whatnot do not end there, you'll see. Indeed, I have plans to include some bonus content at the end, which will, I do believe, involve getting those ghastly, elusive ice arrows that some of you have been commenting about, and also the Ballet Boss Gauntlet, which involves taking on those ghastly creatures one after another and slaying them in repeat successive sort of fashion, which will be rather fun. So do keep your eyes peeled for that sort of thing. Also, I should say thank you most kindly once again for I do believe we're coming right up to, which is 2,000 subscribers, coming right up and very fast on that. So thank you most kindly all for your comments, subscriptions, and all that sort of thing, most appreciated. And in celebration and commemoration of this fact, I am pleased to say and announce that I shall indeed be playing through the glorious Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D Master Quest. So do stay tuned for that. That should no doubt be a rather jolly and most challenging sort of experience. So stay tuned, I say. Also, you may have noticed that we've been rather uploading some rather different content as well. So do stay tuned for more Minecraft Quest for the Golden Monocle featuring Bertie and such like absolutely crazy adventure quest going on there. So that's a bit of a laugh, so do stay tuned for that as well. And also with Minecraft, we'll be doing other crazy mishaps and capers and whatnot, slashing and hacking our way through different mods and all sorts of crazy things that we can find. So once again, stay tuned for that sort of thing, which is a rather good show. Now, as for new content and what's coming up in the near future, well, I want to once again advise you to stay tuned, chaps, because indeed we are planning on a brand new playthrough featuring both myself and Bertie of that all-time favourite, the new Super Mario Bros. Wii, and I have absolutely no doubt that'll be some sort of crazy fest of fun, if you will. So please do keep your eyes peeled for that. That'll be coming very soon to screens near you. Then I should refer to the release date chart soon, chaps, because it's not ending there, you know. As you may know, currently there's not an awful lot of games being released on most of the main platforms, but I'm just looking at the charts here, and in September I imagine we'll see Star Fox 64 3DS together with possibly Paper Mario 3DS and Snake Eater 3D. All of those titles, when they come out, will indeed feature a GameChap playthrough, so do stay tuned for that. Then slightly further ahead on the 3DS, we can see Mario Kart 3DS, which will be no doubt an absolute blast, and Super Mario 3DS, Luigi's Mansion 2, Kid Icarus Uprising, all of which will feature once more GameChap playthroughs, so stay subscribed and tuned for that sort of thing. Then moving on to, of course, the Nintendo Wii platform, The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, as you know, coming out later this year. Not entirely sure when once more, but I do believe this shall be some sort of prequel of sorts to Ocarina of Time 3DS, so that will no doubt also be an awful lot of fun to play through, and hopefully we'll learn some more about Zelda and Link and the Master Sword in the process, and maybe even that Ganondorf. So should be rather interesting finding out about him. And then moving indeed to a further platform, which is of course the Sony PlayStation 3. Later on this year we'll be taking a look at some rather different titles as well, including Battlefield 3, Uncharted 3, Modern Warfare 3, lots of threes there, and Assassin's Creed Revelations. So some rather interesting and different things. Not to mention, chaps, a very large title soon coming out on the PC, that is, and I don't entirely know when, I must say, but nonetheless, Star Wars: The Old Republic. I played through the first two games quite extensively in the past, enjoyed them immensely, so I'm sure we'll be doing some sort of grand playthrough of that at some stage when it comes out. So stay tuned for all of this, chaps, and do keep your eyes peeled. More content coming your way very soon here on the GameChap, and should I say, hopefully, I do hope indeed it'll be absolutely spiffing, so please do stay tuned for all that sort of thing. You know what, chaps, just before we close today, I think I have some sort of answering of the mailbox, or the postbox, if you will, is in order, and indeed I have 3 letters here that I've chosen from your comments and mails and messages and all that sort of thing. Indeed, I do read every one of your comments and all of your mails. I can't always answer everyone, but I do read them all, and they're all highly appreciated, so thank you very much for them. To open up the old post box, then I got a message here from Dusk Factory, that is, 001, who says, "Say, GameChap, did you maybe already play the original for the N64? And of course he's talking about the Ocarina of Time there. And the answer to that, my good man, is yes, indeed I did, although it was a number of years ago. Yes, I do believe, I can't remember precisely when it was, but it was years ago, and of course that's why I can tell you that the graphical improvements are so striking and so marked. They really have improved the graphics in an awful lot of places. The difficulty level hasn't really changed a huge amount. They made a couple of small adjustments, such as telling you where the quest items were for the big golden sword and the like, but on the whole, I should say, not an awful lot of difference there, so it's just mainly the graphical update, which really has proved absolutely spectacular. And if you can play this on the 3DS, chaps, I would encourage you, rush out and do so now, because the 3D effect really has to be seen. It is absolutely capital, as one might say, absolutely spiffing, so please do, if you can do that, go out and play it, for goodness sakes. By George, it's absolutely superb. It really does improve the experience an awful lot, so thank you for your message there, Dust Factory 001. Then moving on, CF11 Basketball says, "How on earth do you get the prescription for the eye drops? I really enjoy your commentary." Well, thank you very much, old boy. I do believe you're talking about the prescription there for the Big Goron's quest, and that is indeed a rather difficult sort of item to acquire. To get your hands on it, you'll have to give the Big Goron the poacher's saw, and he'll then give you the prescription, you see, for the eye drops. You'll then have to run that prescription straight over to the Zora King, but the problem is the batty cat's frozen to the bone, so you'll have to unfreeze them. So I would highly advise that you watch parts 38, 39, and 40 of my rather interesting playthrough to hopefully explain a little more and show you what's going on there. So do go and inspect them through the old monocle, as it were. And thank you once again for your message. And then finally, in the old mailbox, or the post box, if you will, I am Marrow says, "Hello there, old chap. I just wanted to ask, what is your favourite Zelda game and why? Hope you respond." Well, of course, I tell you, I am going to respond, old boy. It's a rather good question, in fact. And you know what? In all honesty, I dare say, well, I'm not just making this up, chaps. I do think Ocarina of Time is indeed my favourite Zelda game. It's rather marvellously done. And second favourite, I would have to say, yes, indeed, I think Link to the Past, perhaps on the SNES, also a rather good and enjoyable sort of classic. And so that's my rather frank summation there. I should say all of the Zelda series is rather good. They all have their jolly good moments, but those two are the sort of standouts in my view. So thank you very much for your message, old chap, and thanks also to you for listening and for your subscriptions and views and all that sort of thing once more. I am the GameChap with plenty more to come, as you can hear, so do stay tuned, and I very much look forward to seeing you on any one and indeed all of my next outings. So tally-ho until then, pip pip and cheerio.